I need you to relax. I feel like your nervous system is so like, maybe vitamins or something could help. I feel like internally you need like something that's gonna help soothe you, like ashwagandha or something like that. Something could be going on with your laundry, or maybe you are needing to move appliances. Something needs to be fixed, or you've been waiting on something to get done around the house. All right, let's just see what comes out. You could be taking a closer look. There's a third party involved. Okay. And you're doing your research. You're seeing that someone is having chemistry, and it may be time for you to move on. Divorce. Okay. Maybe that's where you guys are moving to. The conversation has just been started. And you're like, okay, well, I don't know if we can fix this. I don't know if they're going to come back and say, oh, I changed my mind. I don't know if it's time to let go, but I do think it is. We'll dive deeper in the sea, okay? Now, if this is not you doing the research, this could be somebody looking into you. But let's see, what's going on with the spy? You can tell when somebody's off. Like, you already know. You have a really good intuition. And you can pinpoint when things is different about this person, whether just time or literally you have a really good intuition. And it's like when this person is off course and it's like, why are you acting like that? Now all of a sudden you want to apologize, or now you just want to go and why aren't you sharing information, or it's just things that's going on with this person that you can tell. And it's like, dang, well, I remember when you used to come home like that, or I remember when, and it's like, okay, well, I know that you're trying to balance with someone else. I think you know this. I think you know there's a third party. What's with the sexual chemistry, the intimacy? So, okay, you kind of want to reconnect y'all love. You're like, okay, well, let's just try this. If we can create this boundary, if we can do this, or if I can get you to focus on me, or we can overcome this obstacle, we can get through this difficult situation. It's like you want to go back to when you guys first got married. And it's like you want them to come and give you an actual real apology, and you feel like that could work. But you know that this person is full of deception. So as much as they're saying, okay, yeah, I'm focused on work, I'm going to work every day, you know that they're distracted, they get distracted, and you end up having to make the sacrifice. I think you need to see this bridge, or you walking away, as a new opportunity. So instead of you saying like, oh, I don't know what I'm walking into, I don't know what I'm walking away from, just understand that you're walking into something beautiful and a new opportunity. Okay. What's going on with this someone else in the middle? Someone else in the middle. They don't care. And I'm just gonna be honest with you. They know that you're married. They know that y'all been married. This could have been a friend, but they feel like, okay, well, they'll have to get over it. Yeah. Pay attention, because as you continue to like balance yourself and emotions, kind of get yourself prepared for your next steps, there may be some type of decision made. And I don't think it's you. I don't think so. And I'm going to confirm before I say this. So if this is regarding a child, somebody had made or is about to make a decision about a child, if they're going to keep the child or if they're going to not. and this decision has this person in fear. So if you kind of like calm yourself, kind of just like make sure by the time they get there, you'll be able to see like, yeah, something's really up with this person. They're freaking out. What else is going on with this someone else? I'm gonna be honest, they have the same idea that you do, right? Okay, well, this could be my person, and as long as I embrace them and I wait and I can, work towards this, we'll get through any issues. We can, figure out the small details later. They're trying to work this out together, and they think it's going to be peaceful, but then by the time that you decide to move on, they're going to come back crying. I don't think you know this person. I think you know this person was in your partner's past, though. I don't think you know them like y'all were, I don't think you know them like y'all were friends. But like maybe it was like a birthday party, somebody showed up, or maybe they came to your wedding. I don't know, but it could have been somebody like this, a close friend to them. All right, when it comes to moving on, someone's a waste of time. I don't want you to become too obsessed on like what's going to happen, who are they going to embrace, who's going to celebrate, what's like. Don't worry about all of that, okay? Because this is going to allow you to expand. You also could be moving. And I'm not saying moving like you're going to move states, but you could just like, let's say y'all have a city. I don't know where you live, but let's say you have a city, and then in this city y'all have like a little small cities around it. I mean, I guess every city does, but ignore that part. Anyways, but I feel like you're going to move into like the outskirts of your city is basically what I'm saying. There also could be some type of celebration or expansion when it comes to your job. You may not see this right now because you are stuck in some type of like negative thought pattern, and you feel like, oh, this is a roadblock in your life, but it's not. It's not. You're actually about to turn up. You're about to have a good time. And then you're going to start to see the beauty in the unknown, and you're going to be able to release any type of pent up feelings. You need to get up and get moving. Go dancing, or I don't know, like salsa. I don't know. Go do something. All right, when it comes to this divorce, let's talk about it. All right, so I understand you're trying to figure out what doesn't serve you. You're reevaluating the situation, and as much as like they apologize and they forgive you, you already see that it's a storm. Okay, you gotta acknowledge the red flags. We cannot ignore it. This is not abundant. We can't ignore the red flags. It's time. It's time. Okay, trash. We're taking out the trash. It's time. And I'm not saying that this person is trash, but this is also giving moving, because when you move quickly, sometimes you got to throw things in bags. Sometimes you got to just be like, okay, this is what it is. I'm throwing everything in a trash bag. I'll figure it out when I get there. And then you get to your new place and you're like, oh, I actually like this. Like, oh, okay, well now I can kind of relax and unpack, and I don't feel like I'm walking on eggshells. All right, so expect to hear from them. Oh, they're going to try to pull you back in. So when you decide, yes, I'm done. Yeah, okay, this is it. Expect for them to release all the emotions that you feel like that they're holding back, or that you feel like, oh, it's always been in them. Okay? Because they're going to want you to start over. They're going to want you to, okay, well, we can work through this gracefully now. Okay, well, remember, we're together. Remember, we went in the courthouse. We went into the, church, and we said we was going to do this and the third. Okay, do you remember? Do you remember who I am? You were obsessed with me. What happened? You have self-awareness. Okay, somebody's playing a game. Something about ADHD, autism, or Down syndrome, something like that could be important. I'm not saying it's you, but it may end up coming back up somehow, some way. All right, so that's what I have for you for whenever it comes out. Let's move to your new topic. Let's do a general, okay? When it comes to your current situation, your current energy, current situation, I don't think you're acting out of control at all. I feel like you're being very patient. You're really trying to find balance and think things through before you make a decision. You're like, I want to make sure I have a clear mind, so I'm being fair. I like this. And you are. And this is going to show you and give you the opportunity to manifest exactly whatever you want when you follow your heart. And things will literally just work out for you, right? So it's like, oh, well, I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to do this. And then you go, let's say you want to move instantly, right? And you're like, oh, well, I don't have enough money for first month's rent, application fee, Well, then once you decide, you start looking, then you find a place that has specials. They'll do the first month free or whatever the case may be. And you're like, oh, this is the great news. This is a great message. Okay, what else can I find? And then you're just going to find more security. And as you find more security, you're realizing you made the right decision on which way to go. Okay, it's going to unfold for you exactly how it's supposed to. Your challenge. You're procrastinating. You feel like it's going to be a burden, and because you're projecting this burden to be on you, you're confused on how you're feeling and what you're supposed to do, and you're daydreaming and you're stuck. But I'm not saying it's going to be all sunshines and rainbows, because you're still going to have emotions once you leave, once you do certain things that you'll have to work through. But it won't be as hard. Okay? Yeah, this person's a manipulator. There's a lot of deception. There's a lot of falseness. They're trying to get away with certain things, and it's just not it. If you're worried about getting remarried again, well, you get remarried. You will. You will. But I feel like because it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen initially, like it's going to take some time, that may feel like, oh, I'm not going to get to my long-term goal, or, oh, that's going to make you defensive and have some type of anxiety. But this is a normal process when people separate, okay? Because at the end of the day, my last card is you're going to be happy, you're going to get exactly what you want. Emotionally, internally, you just don't see it yet. You have to make the first steps, even if you don't like, oh, well, when will I get this? Or what does this truly look like? You will be fine. Okay. All right. What you should focus on. What should you focus on currently? A new beginning. Also, you may have something going on with work. You may have either a new promotion, a new job, something opens up for you at work, a new path. Maybe you have a passion for something, you need to get started on that. This could be a creative idea, something artistic or intuitive. You may be trying to figure out the possibility of that. If you get focused on it, things will also go in your favor. For sure. Also, if you get repetitive to it, right? So if you know there's something that you want to develop or that you want to do with some type of skill, again, I feel like this is something creative. It is some type of good news. But if this is your current job, I feel like there's going to be a new beginning at work, and this is going to give you good news because the way that things change or how things open up to you, you're not going to have to do as much. Okay? But you may be undecided initially, like, oh, should I take this? Should I do it? You should. You'll have the clarity to do it. All right. What are you leaving behind? Any type of like scarcity attitude, excuse me, if you're trying to control any type of like messages, or you're trying to control what people think about you, what people say, all that stuff you're leaving behind. You could be holding on to what people are saying to you now. You're gonna let that go. Also, I feel like you're leaving behind something that you feel like is secure. Even though it's bad, it's controlling, you do feel like it's something that's at least stable. But as you let this go, you're going to be curious to figure out, what's next for you. Like, okay, dang, I really do have this confidence. I really do have this clarity. What else can I do? Where else is this taking me? You're going to be more curious about it. Yeah, and then you're going to fall into changes. Changes are not going to be as bad for you. You're going to start to release that. Then you're going to be super obsessed with like, okay, well, what else? Like, give me more. What else? What else? What else? What else? Okay. Yeah. And I feel like you're going to release anything that's going to have you conflicted with your clear mind or clear boundaries. So if anybody kind of comes up and try to push your boundaries or something, you're going to avoid the conflict, but you're also not going to deal with them. So you're leaving that behind. What's going in your favor? Honestly, you may feel like your plans are falling apart. You may feel like something is unrealistic, but it actually is going to be like literally super positive. A lot of celebration. You're going to feel like all is well. You're going to have so much vitality. Like, I think it's good. You just have to follow your heart to get there and get started. This is going to make you fearless. Again, of any type of transitions, any type of endings. It's like, okay, well, if this is ending, it's supposed to. I'm cool with that. You're going to go for it. In the near future, you're going to be celebrating. You're going to have some type of community, some type of friendship. Also, I want to say within the next 6 days, your marriage may feel like it's a burden. It may be harder within the next 6 days. Yeah. Your partner may be focused. They're trying to take action when it comes to their career. So like they're not even, I'm not saying they're not worried and or concerned, but they're not truly taking action to fix it. Right? So they may have another person in the background. They're also trying to focus on work. So they're not really trying to put effort into fixing or stabilizing the relationship. And that also may be why it feels like a burden. And you recognize this, or you will. Yeah. I think you're about to create a change and move forward. All right, let's see. What other topics do we have for you today? So we did your whatever comes out. We did your general. Let's do your love. Actually, we're going to come back to love because I feel like we kind of touched on that. Let's go to your career and your money because I feel like you're about to get some type of raise or increase or something that's about to make you really, really excited. Let's talk about it. Something about June. Because I was going to say June, even though I know it's January. What's going to happen by June for finances? You're going to have a really good investment. Any challenges that you feel like is going to end, it won't be. Let's take this over. I'm going to cut this out. Something by June could be important. Okay. When it comes to your finances, something about June could be important. Let's see. What we got about your finances? Let's see now. Next 3 months. What can she say with her finances? Okay, so you may be manifesting money and or you're going to have some type of visibility. You're going to get some type of management. Some type of management position, some type of contract. And this may even be like an interim position, I guess. What's the word? It's like, okay, well, as you learn to do this, we'll let you do this for a few months and then see how it goes. And then at the right time, and this is when they're going to make a decision. You also could be trying to learn more, like go back to school or increase your studies or get more certifications or something like that. And at that point, you're going to be either having a choice of work or, jobs, or you're going to decide to leave. You're like, yeah, I'm going to do something new. And you're going to seize the moment to do so. But I also want you to be careful because as you're waiting and as you're learning, there also may be some type of layoff going on. Will this layoff happen before you get to decide? Yeah. Okay. So when we talk about your money, there may be some type of job loss and or layoff. Okay, so you may need some temporary work between now and June. This may allow you to go back to school if you've been thinking about it, or get some type of new certification. That way you can get an industry change, a job change, or something like that. You can actually have a choice in what you want to do, essentially. But there may be a waiting period when it comes to your finances. How does your current job think about you right now? What is your current job? Assuming, are you employed? You are. Okay. They actually enjoy you. They feel like you guys collaborate very well, that you do what you need to. But there's some type of new beginning, and that's going to cause a change. This is kind of inevitable. Yeah. And it may cause you to be stressed out. Okay? So FYI, there may be some type of layoff or job losses coming. But you will kind of get some proposal that will kind of at least make you happy for now. It may damn, I don't really have a choice. So, example, if this is a layoff, you will get some type of severance package, or you'll get something that's going to help you for the time being, but you're still going to be kind of overly disappointed. I ain't gonna say kind of. You will be disappointed. Yeah. Okay, so that's what I got for your career in the moment. Anything else you need to know about your finances? When it comes to going through this layoff, will you be able to sustain the necessities without anybody else? Sustain the necessities? You will. You may feel like this is unfair, but once you clear your mind and get through those emotions, you'll see you'll see that as a different perspective, and you'll find resources. Example. So let's say, like, well, damn, I done did this and this, and you were saving money, but something happens or something goes around and there's an unexpected expense. When you clear up your mind, it's like, okay, I only got this much amount in my account, but I got this and that due. But instead of you like, let me slow down. So this is what it's given. Let's say you're in this layoff period and you're just like really attached to your account. You're watching your account, right? And it's like, okay, I have this rent payment that's due, and I have this power bill that's due, right? And if I pay the power bill, which is due tomorrow, I may not have enough for my rent, which is due in 5 days. But you're going to be stressed out. You're going to feel like, oh, this is unfair, this is bullshit, da da da. But once you get through those emotions and you clear up your mind, you're like, wait, let me go online. Let me see if there's a government resource or something that can pay my Duke Energy bill, so that way I can still pay my rent. And then you will. You will find something that's going to help you alleviate one, so you can do the other. And this is going to make you happy. This is going to realize, you're going to realize that you're not as pent up or trapped up as you think. As long as you follow your heart, you will find a way through. You will go right into your money. You will have the security. You'll be fine. Okay? So just acknowledge the emotions when they come. Allow the emotions. Don't sit in them too long. And then keep it moving. Okay? Keep it moving, because there's something else on the back end for you. I want to get you a time card as well. So let's think about it. If you were to, let's see, when should you expect this layoff? When should you expect this layoff? Time card. How many weeks? Don't obsess over this first, okay? So it may happen between now and March. Okay? When will you get a new job? Once you start to relax, you're going to start searching for something other than what you do, or just another industry, or you're just going to search for another way to like increase yourself, to make yourself look more visible. And then you're going to start making progress. So it's about 38 or 83 could be important. It may take 5 weeks. At the max, 5 months. And when I say 5 months, it doesn't mean before you have a divine times at play. And when I say 5 months, I don't mean before you have a job or before you have stability. This is before you're like having play money, right? So it may, after you go through this layoff, it may be 5 months before you feel like, or okay, 6 months. It may be 6 months before you feel like, okay, I can just do whatever. I have the money, I have the finances, I have the freedom. Okay. I wonder if the person that's pregnant already has a kid that's between 3 and 5. I don't know. Okay, so that's what I got for you when it comes to your career. So just FYI with that. What else we got? Ooh. So this fell out. We got interview, so be prepared, or you need to go ahead and start applying so you can. I also want to say, depending on your job, I'm not sure what you do, but depending on your job, if it's a big company, before you get the proof or before you get any information about a layoff, start applying internally. Even if it's for a job that you feel like, oh, I'm not qualified for this, I don't really have the experience, or I don't, go ahead and apply internally. Would this be a good option? Will she get it? Maybe. You may still be, why? You're like, yeah, I don't want to do this. Or you don't feel like the company's going to be stable. Okay, so you may end up deciding to move on just so you can figure out what's next or whatever, but there's an option. I don't know if you're going to like it. I'll just tell you that. I don't know if you're going to like it. But there may be an option, but this may come with like, oh, I have to take a pay cut, or oh, I have to do this and the third, or I have to drive. Like, no, this is going to cost me more money. And then you may be like, yeah, no, thank you. Okay, but it's an option that you can look into if it makes you feel better. Okay, anything else when it comes to her career? I don't think so. I'm not feeling anything else. Okay, cool. Let's talk about your questions. Let's go into your questions. Will your marriage get better? Energy about the marriage getting better. All right. I'm going to just be honest with you. I got to know. Okay? There's just a lot of inflexibility. It's a lack of discipline. Somebody's stubborn. It's a power dynamic issue. And it just leads to more confusions and getting your emotions. And it's either daydreaming, wishful thinking, and or just hurt. Okay? So as far as it getting better, I don't see it. As far as it getting worse, I feel like it's already there. Okay? Yeah, it is. It's already there. I don't think it gets any worse from here. But I also feel like you're going to realize that there's nowhere else that this can go. Okay? It's not, you can't control it. It just is what it is. You're going to, you held on as long as you could. But you have to make the decision for you. You have to be emotionally stable for yourself. And you're going to go towards something new. Okay. Let's see. How would the partner feel? How does the partner feel when you decide to walk away? Don't let this hurt your feelings. They're going to feel like, okay, well, great. Now I have the stability. I have the freedom to kind of do what I want to do. What's the outcome of this? Them doing what they want to do. What's the outcome? Okay. They're naive. This person, they think the grass is green on the other side. Let them. Literally just let them. Because they're going to go follow their heart right into something that's going to be 110% worse emotionally for them now. Not for you. They're going to realize, damn, we are not alike. We have nothing in common. It's going to be arguments. It's going to be relationship issues. They're going to realize the person they're going to is immature. They have some type of insecurity. But we know that because they already know what's going on and they're still involving themselves. They just don't see it as such yet. Okay? So let them go and have their problems to themselves, because it's not going to go well. How many months will this relationship last? When we go through? How many months? Give me a total. So this is 11, 26, 33 months. So what, 36 months? It may be 3 years. And I said they may have a toddler. So they may break up at the point that they have a kid. And somebody gonna be like, yeah, this is too toxic, I gotta let this go. Don't worry about whoever they go to next. Are you the problem? No, I think you're discouraged. I think you're depressed. Yeah, you are. But I do feel like you're stable. It's like you want the stability. You want to feel so welcome and just encouraged so much that you're kind of willing to deal with the conflict. And it's fucking up your confidence. I think you need to trust yourself and develop yourself. And the moment that you walk away, you will be able to do so. And things are just going to come in for you. What does she need to fix about herself besides confidence? I think you need to be open to communicate. You need to be open to new ideas and new people. Okay? I think you also need to watch out for anybody that comes to charm you. So, like, don't let people love bomb you. If they come and just give you money and give you all these things and give into you very, very quickly, that's a red flag. Okay? It's because they have a lack of control. It's because they don't have a fear. They're trying to make you feel like a victim. Like, oh, I done gave you so much, you're going to leave me. It's a cycle. It's a trip. It's a trip. Okay? You could be going on a trip, a round trip. You may need a trip. That may help you. You may go on a trip once you decide to walk away, or you're going on a trip to decide and you're going to make the decision on a trip. You are. You going by yourself? Yeah. Or maybe with family. Maybe you're going to see family, or you're going with like kids, or just somebody like you have siblings or something like that. You have nieces or nephews. Okay, anywho's. But just look out. Just, again, be willing to find resources, find ways to let go of certain issues, or, you know, so you're not feeling like support, or you're not feeling like the victim. Allow this to change your perspective entirely on yourself, okay? Besides that, I don't think you need to change much at all. All right. Let's see what's hidden. What's hidden? The fact that you have everything that you need to overcome an obstacle. You can literally create your own universe, your own reality. I also feel like there's a fire sign. That's a manipulator. This person, I hate using the narcissist word, but that's what it's given. And it's full of conflict. I think one of the two, especially, again, somebody could truly be pregnant, and I feel like that's the kicker. That's the main thing. But I feel like either one of them out of this relationship, they already know that this is not going to work. They already know that this is going to be a test of faith, that they're going to have to do everything they can and still be on the defense. They know this won't be stable. They also, somebody intentionally tries to create conflict with you. Maybe you don't see that. When they feel like, oh, I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to do this. This is unplanned. Or let's say they're dealing with somebody, which I do, again, think that they are. and they're like, the other person's like, oh, well, I need you right now, and they don't know how they're going to get out of it, they'll create a fight with you, even though it seems like y'all are doing fine, just so that way they can go take action towards someone else, or that way they can go and do something secretly. They're trying to keep you guys separate. Yeah, they don't want to go through a change. It's like, okay, well, how do I keep both people happy at the same time? I also don't want you holding on because you're scared of change. Trust your faith. You only need the size of a mustard seed. Literally, you get up every day. I trust you, I still believe. And you go about your day. That's all you need. I trust you, I still believe. I trust you, and I still believe. Every single day. Okay? Do you love correctly? Let's see. Do you love correctly? No. And the only reason why I say no is because you overindulge when it comes to other people. And you need to realign yourself. And this is going to help you heal. In a sense, right? Let's say you're single and you're taking care of yourself. And I don't mean like physically, you know, like you're making sure you're emotionally balanced. If you have something that you feel, you get it off. If you journal, you just keep yourself at a really good balance. But it feels like whenever someone comes into your life, you want to give to them so much that you take away from yourself, and there's really nothing that ever that actually realigns. Okay, whole time you're not seeing the fact that if you poured into yourself and gave yourself more confidence, that it will just naturally realign, because you're not going to deal with someone who doesn't pour into you just as well. Okay, so that may be the biggest thing that you're conflicted about. And again, once that stabilizes, you're literally going to be fine. You're going to move. You're just like, okay, yeah, this was it. Okay, yeah, I'm out of here. Okay, but I think you overindulge and you let people come back to you, and if they're not treating you shitty, then they're just overly apologetic and they're just pouring into you so much, and then it's just one way or the other. Okay, so at the point that they feel like, okay, I done poured into you enough, you should be good, then they start treating you shitty again, and then you allow it. It's just too much extremes. Okay, that's it. You gotta find a middle ground. But that middle ground comes from just figuring out what you feel like, right? So find a baseline for yourself. Like, okay, this is how I feel about myself when I'm at home and I'm listening to music and I'm eating and I feel good and my money's good, my job's good, everything feels good. Now, when you walk in the house, I'm not feeling good no more. What do I have to do? Okay, are you willing to help me figure out why I don't feel good when you walk in the house? No? Okay, well then you got to get out the house, because you know, your stability, your feeling good should be the baseline. And at the point that you find your baseline, anything that takes you off of it, whether it's high and it's really good, you're like, oh, I jumped up here too quick. Is the baseline still there? Or, oh, this is taking me down, I got to do too much work around you to get back to my baseline. Then it's just a no. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's talk about your love life a little bit more. I honestly feel like that's kind of been the overall theme. There's something going on with your marriage. Let's see what they would say to you if they had to be honest. And then we'll talk about it in general. Your partner had to be honest. What would they tell you? We both know I'm not the one for you. Okay, I do want to feel that way again. I knew exactly what I was doing. I love you. So they do have some type of love for you. Okay, why do I feel so lost? What is the truth? Do you still think about me? Do you still want me? Do you still love me? I should know if I should move on. I'm hurting. Don't allow this to make you feel like, I feel like this is going to be something they're going to say to you once you decide to move on. It's like, oh, well, you know, I never deserved you anyway. Red flag. Because anybody that thinks something is great, it's like, yeah, I deserve this. I worked for this. I waited for this. Why do I deserve something? That means they didn't do the work. Okay? You are so different from everyone around me. Addictions clouds my vision. I'm trying to get my life together. You don't need to wait while they do this. You don't. All right? So they know that they're wrong. They actually know what they're doing, especially if they're still doing it. All right, let's talk about your love life in general. Current love. Tell me about this marriage. Tell me about this relationship. It's a maze. It's a doozy. It's like you're cutting through the woods and you're like, okay, I know there's something on the other side. I just got to figure it out. But you're cutting through trees, or you're trying to cut through whatever this is. But you don't even have a knife. You don't have anything. You got a butter knife. You know what I'm saying? You don't really have what you need in order to do it. So this is just like you wasting all your time and all your energy. And by the end of the day, you ain't made nowhere through this maze. Tell me about this marriage. You need to release a lot of emotions, okay? You may release your emotions right now in the shower. Like, that's probably the time where you can, like, I don't want to say cry, but once you do release your emotions, you will create a boundary. Absolutely. And at the point that you do this, you're going to be so empowered by your boundary. Like, if you tell them, don't come to my second step, you can only come to the first, you are serious about it. Like, don't you touch my second step. Okay, it's going to be very important to you. Yeah, and you're going to realize, like, okay, this was something I had to learn. Also, somebody could keep you at a distance emotionally, because just like you never know where they are or where their emotions is or how it's like, okay, I don't know if I could joke with you today or can I not joke with you today. It's eggshells for sure. Let go. It may be time, and once you do, you will get the enlightenment. Yeah. Again, this is a challenge right now, and as much as you try to cherish it, you're seeing the signs. As clear as day, you see them. Tell me about this marriage. Settling. Settling. It's the first card that popped out. You're settling for what you really want, and you don't need to. And the fact that wish came out, that means it's possible for you. You're literally like, your dream person is there. Okay? Anticipation. The love of the rival, it can come. I didn't think you would walk away. I wasn't even trying to pull this card. So, once you realize, hey, I'm settling for what I want, and what I'm anticipating, it actually may not be as bad. It's not going to be perfect, but it may not be as horrible. They're going to come to you like, damn, I didn't really think you was going to leave me. I thought, we would just go through the cycle. We go through this all the time. It's an addiction, and they want you to be a part of their addiction too. You got to decide, like, yeah, I don't want to be, I'm not perfect. I'm not saying you perfect, because you got some imperfections as well. But when it comes to overall, you don't need to be dealing with this. This is not supposed to be your experience. Okay? Or this is your experience to teach you this lesson so you can go experience something else. Yeah, this isn't it. All right, let's keep going. Let's get you another message. I want to tell you something about your family. And this is given like cousins or just someone around you. Who is this about? All right, this is about an Aquarius. This person could be very spiritual. Like they like, oh, I know how to do this. I give back to people. But at the same time, this person is opinionated, very stubborn. They have high, unachievable expectations. What's going on with this person? Don't listen to this person. This is going to be somebody, are you sure you're going to walk away? But what about all this time? What about the investments? What about da-da-da-da-da? What do you need freedom for? Why would you do this? Be careful. This person's going to be in your ear. And this is going to give you some type of fear and or anxiety. Okay? So trust yourself. Energy if you listen to this person. You're going to be like, okay, well, I'm not going to change my lifestyle. Okay, well, yeah, I'm going to succeed. And then you're going to end up going through this anyway. Okay? If you don't listen to this person, this Aquarius, this churchgoer, you're going to make your own decision. You're going to decide for yourself. And I think you're going to decide to walk away, for sure. I think you're you're gonna discover once you do walk away, like, okay, everything that I was actually scared of or that was a hard choice is because I didn't know what was gonna come. It's because you were like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm gonna have success, but you will. Now, for the success that you want, it may not be immediate. There may be some patience in between, but I feel like overall you're gonna pick up kind of just where you left off when it comes to your life in general. Right? So it's like, dang, I ain't been skating in I don't know how long. I haven't been bowling, or I haven't done this in so long. And then once you have all this time, it's gonna feel like it, just because you don't feel like you're on eggshells. You're like, okay, wait, I can go back and do this. I can go do this, and it's just gonna open up a new perspective for you. Okay. Any other? Let's take your confirmation messages. Broken glass. So either somebody's going to break some glass, be careful, we don't do DV, call the police immediately. Or just understand that once trust is broken, it's never really going to be able to put back together. Okay? The damage is done. You could be having vivid dreams. Okay, you're going to see immediate results. I'm telling you, once you leave, you're like, oh wait, things are just working out. You may have a strict schedule for a while, and when I say strict, this doesn't mean like you have to manage your time or being anxious about your time. This is just like, okay, I know I have to get certain things done. I have to make sure certain things are paid on certain time. Like, it may be another task on your thing that you don't have to deal with, but I feel like overall you're going to have the comfort that you're not gonna be concerned about it at all. You may need a new light fixture or something that needs to be fixed that's like an appliance. What gets identified? There may be a water sign that gets identified quickly, a Cancer or a Gemini. I feel like you also kind of going to identify how, what comfort is for you. What your, again, I feel like your baseline is. And at that point that you do, you're like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up all of this burden, all this extra work. I'm going to realize who I am and I'm about to do. So I think you're going to identify who you are as a self. Confirmation. Protect your energy. You're going to be having a good time. Something may seem shady, okay? But I feel like this is going to keep you unbothered. You're like, yeah, I'm not going to let this freak me out. What's shady? Somebody that you walked away from. Something going on with a Pisces for sure. Or a Leo. You're going to think that they're shady. They're happy that you walked away. Remember I told you they're going to be like, oh, okay, well, that's initially. Initially. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, that's good. Da, 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 da. You're going to be like, you so damn shady. Like, okay, you happy with this? Okay, cool. All right, confirmation messages. You can't change this outcome. All right, something's broken for a reason. You may experience some type of delays when it comes to what? Some type of new envisionment. You're like, okay, well, I got this in my mind. Well, how do I envision this, or how do I open up to this? You just give it some time. Allow yourself to feel any type of like, grief, loss, regret, any type of feelings that you have that's sad. Surrender that. Once you surrender that, you'll get through the delays. You'll be able to figure things out. But allow yourself to feel it. Don't be like, okay, well, I knew that this was gonna come. I don't feel it. I'm not sad. Like, no, be sad if you want to be sad. If you feel something, do so. Okay. Also, when you leave, this person may try to delay you on purpose. Like, they're gonna intentionally, like, oh, well, I'm gonna do this, or you're gonna try to pick at your energy, or they're gonna try to trigger you. Okay, because make sure you protect your energy. They're controlling, they're stubborn, and you're going to see more of this as you decide to be unbothered. You're like, wait, what? So you really upset because I decided to move on. Like, you're going to get so much more reaction from them. All right. Tell me about this power couple. So you may have wanted this. I feel like it is practical, but you're going to have to work for it. Okay? You're going to have to take the time. You're going to have to reflect. And you're going to have to be with someone that actually wants to progress with you. That's the kicker. But your match is out here. They are. They could be an earth sign. If they're not an earth sign, they could be a Sagittarius or a Leo. So I guess it could be a fire sign. And you're like, yeah, I ain't doing that no more. Last time I was with that a fire sign, or I was with that kind of person, they was cheating. They're not the same. This person is, you're going to reject anybody that gives you red flags. They're not the same. But that power couple idea, or I don't even want to say it's power couple, like, oh, we're going to take over the world. It's given like, oh, I want to be able to have a home, or whenever there's holidays, or I want to be able to, my family to come back into my home and to celebrate, or this to be a house that gets passed down. Like, you will be able to get that. You will. You just have to exit stage left with this situation first. Okay? Confirmations. Leo. Fuck them. Alright, so you may have a Leo around you that you may have to get rid of. What's going on with this Leo? They're going to persevere. They're going to work. They're going to, okay, well, this is, well, we'll work through this. I'll take action. I'll make sure you change your mind, or I'm going to make sure that you don't do this, that, and the third. Yeah. They're going to try to have you reprioritize. You need to get away from the Leo. Also, there may be another Leo, because I feel like you know this Leo that I'm talking about. But there may be a message from another Leo. And they may give you some type of opportunity to work with them or to do something. They may ask you for some help or some type of details. Say yes to this. Because this is going to change how you do something with your time, or this may even be at your job. And this is how you get this new like intern position, or I don't know. Say yes to it. Okay. Don't know who to choose. I feel like that's just basically what it is. Okay. They got multiple people. If you missed the deadline for something, you'll be okay. You will. You'll be able to restabilize, so don't worry about it. You'll be fine. Go take your a proposal, or go give a conversation, to go say like, hey, I missed this and the third. I was seeing if I could do this instead, or I was seeing it, and they'll take it. They'll say yes. Okay. You have an Aquarius around you. They feel satisfied. They just like being around you. You could be homesick. Someone needs to step in or step up as a parent, whether it's you or them, or someone's going to come and help you if you feel like you have a lot of work on your plate. All right. You could be talking yourself into something, but you need to stop. What are you talking yourself into? Juggling. Like, okay, well, we can make this work. Okay, I can adapt. I can, we can make this be successful. You need to stop. Yeah. You have support that's going to be dependable. You have something that's going to be reliable. You just have to find it. Okay. So allow yourself on this journey to soul search. Just be open to it. Again, I'm not telling you to make any moves right now, today. Allow yourself to feel your emotions, and in the time that you're ready, you will make the emotions. But just know that on the opposite end, it's all good things. Okay? Any other things that you could tell me about this relationship when it comes to love? All right, so it seems like as you guys grow older with time, you're starting to learn to forgive and learn yourself. You're starting to release the past, okay? You're open to freeing yourself. I'm telling you, it's coming out in multiple different ways. You're giving yourself a chance because you know that whatever this is a whole lot of codependency, and we have addictions again, okay? So you could be addicted to them and they're addicted to other things. All right, so we know that the family's having issues. We know that it's time to retreat. And again, I feel like once you go on this trip to relax, I feel like that's when you're going to open your eyes to a certain amount of things. All right, when it comes to your job, overall, when it comes to your current job, There's going to be some type of conversation, so expect that. I feel like as much as they adore you, there may be some type of break or a holiday, okay? So this may lead you to a new job and or just something else that you want to commit to in general. But I feel like you guys will have that conversation. Don't freak out, because again, I feel like you'll be able to coast through it, okay? When it comes to the people around you, just random people around you, how do they feel in general? Okay, you have a really good community. Even if they don't talk to you every day, even if you feel like, okay, well, I'm not sure if people see, or, you know, you are lovable. You literally are. Okay, and people are actually attracted to you. I think people, of course, know that you're married, so it's kind of like, yeah, we can't touch that. But I do think people think you're a hell of attractive. All right. Any final confirmations? At the point that you feel like your finances are kind of up and down, you can do a ritual for your finances and or protection. If you have any questions, you can reach out. We'll talk about it. It needs to be a public apology. So don't allow someone just to kind of keep you quiet, or if the disrespect was loud, the apology needs to be just as loud. Don't just be, oh, it's okay, it's okay. No, it's not. Also, you may, I don't want to say self-conscious about your body, but I want you to take more pictures. I ain't saying send them. I'm not, literally just for yourself. Like, you know, make yourself feel good. You ain't got to be naked or whatever, but, you know, go ahead and do that. That'll help you boost your confidence as well. Someone could be sick. Someone, could have some type of sinus issues, okay? Also, somebody's going to be sick because they like to be in control, so expect that on the back end. You could be getting calls from different numbers right now. All right, it's one thing after another, but somebody tries to hide it well, or they just want you to get over it. It's like, oh, well, don't combine situations. Well, yeah, I did this 2 weeks ago, but that was 2 weeks ago. You should be over it by now. No, you shouldn't. That was just 2 weeks ago. All right, and someone could be hiding the fact that they're going to be mad, and they're going to be nervous when you decide to make a move, okay? It's up to you.